If you never watched the Joy Reid show when she was on MSNBC, you missed a treat. I promise you, you really did miss a treat. Joy Reid was let go, I guess, because she was bringing more light to Donald Trump than ever before. Well, she has her own podcast and her own thing. And that's one thing I love about her and Roland Martin, is that she didn't let one thing stop her. Don Lemon has one. But Joy Reid is more of a, she sits and explains it to you in such a detail that you say, okay, I get it. I get it. And you have to wonder, what would make the ancestors of a Holocaust, that's Stephen Smith, what would make Ted Cruz change his mind? What would make J.D. Vance get on board? What would make Mark Rubio come on board when all of these people have talked about Trump like a dog? You know, it ain't just Trump winning personality. But this is the biggest fuck around and found out of a political career. See, you be careful of how you trying to go up that ladder. Because, you know, it's so many butts that you may have to kiss along the way, that when you get to that point, you know, you ain't even a politician no more. You know, Ted Cruz, Donald Trump talked about Ted Cruz's wife so bad that, look at him, he's supporting him. I would have left him alone. I would have left him then, because he has no spine. He has no spine. But see, I found out by listening to Joy Reid. Joy Reid says that Ted Cruz's daddy can be deported. Ain't that something? That Elon Musk can be deported. Not only that, but his children as well. You got Vaswamy, that Indian guy. His daddy was undocumented. Ain't that something? Then you got a Holocaust survivor. Now, wait a minute now. This one is a deep one. Stephen Miller is a deep one. You got a Holocaust survivor whose parents fled from Germany to here because they would have been on the gas chamber. And yet he's the main one orchestrating it. You got to be some medieval. You got to be medieval to come from that and then come here and do what Hitler did to his folks, to come and do it here to somebody else. You got to be medieval. You got to be mentally deranged. You got to be mentally out there. But see, that's how they doing it. See, J.D. Vance he's married to an Indian, and not only could Trump deport her, Stephen Miller could deport her, but her family as well. Ted Cruz, he can get deported, and his daddy. Mark Rubio the same, and his children. But you know what? For somebody to be so gun-ho on mass deportation, it's amazing how they have married the same people that Trump is trying to deport. Yeah. See, they laid in bed with the devil, with Satan. Now they hate their relationship because they got to do what they got to do. But you know, but Stephen Miller don't have to really do it. But I think he doing it because of I don't know. That's got to be a sick mind. Because now congressmen is more coming out, that more congressmen and stuff are coming out. See, you don't even know that. Probably they doing it because you know what? All these men that's married in Congress and except for the openly gays one, you may find out that your congressman is really a gay man. He's dating some men on the side, but he got this wife that look like a trophy wife, and Trump know about it and saying, hey, if you don't vote for that big beautiful bill or you don't go along with the program, I'm gonna expose you. All these men that's sitting up here, you're finding out that the Republican Party, all these things that they talk about, Christian values, you know what, they doing it too. Ain't that something? And that's the funny part about it, is that they put on a suit and tie because they white. They put on a suit and tie, and the white American people are just eating it up. No, he got to be a Christian. He's a family man. He's a family man. Yeah. So many Americans want to believe that American Pie image. Back in the 80s, you saw it. The pretty house, the picket fence, the love that they have. So many white men have killed their white wives on that picket fence, and on the outside they look beautiful and wonderful. They're a happy family, but on the inside, they're struggling with bills. On the inside, he's living a double life. On the inside, he's dating a porn star, or he's had hookers. Everybody want to pretend that America is the picture perfect American dream. But in reality, we've been far from it for a long time. And you have folks who are married to undocumented folks that came from other countries, that's in the Republican Party, and they trying to deport other folks. Where did we go wrong? We went wrong when we don't admit to our bad ways. See, Trump trying to erase all of that. Trump trying to get rid of all of that and make you believe that white people made this country only. White folks are telling folks to get out of this country. Like the melting pot, nobody contributed. Sad part about it is that this is a wake up for all of us. We claim we don't need nobody. We don't need no allies. That's what Trump telling you. We don't need nobody. We don't need them foreign countries, them illegal aliens, them killer murderers and stuff, and we doing this. I ain't never seen a Mexican or Korean or black person or nobody else going to school and shoot up a school for no reason. For no reason at all. Even if that school shooting in Texas wasn't no Mexican, it was, come on now. Timothy McVeigh was not a black man or a Mexican or undocumented. He went and blew up an Oklahoma building, and his accomplices were white. See, black folks, we just kill each other. We do petty crimes, and that's why the jails are so filled, because we do petty crimes. We do one-on-one crimes. They may take out one or two people, maybe three. But Hispanics, I ain't seen a Hispanic yet that go into a building and kill. Oh, but you talk about 9/11. Yeah, let's talk about that, because see, everybody gonna come in and say, well, them 9/11 folks, they was terrorists and stuff. Yeah, they were Muslims, but But they came over here legally. Came over here legally. America wants to be the kick ass. How we gonna be kick ass when half of our population is obese? How we gonna be kick ass when our economy based on other countries? How we gonna be kick ass and we don't need nobody when we get our oil from somewhere else, not just the United States, but somewhere else? We get our medication from China. How we gonna be the model of America? We got bases everywhere, but some of y'all think that they are free. And we just went over there and put a base there and wasn't unnegotiated. See, this is why they trying to get education out. They trying to make it state-run education. Because some of you dummies believe that, you know what, you can actually track your tax dollars when it go. Or better yet, you feel like that if he cut the system out real bad, that he gutted the system out, that you'll find fraud, waste, and abuse. But I'm going to tell you something. Folks find ways. There's always a loophole. There's always something. It's not foolproof. That you don't need food stamps. But the same thing that he may be gutting out, that may be the loophole that you need to get it, he can cut it out. Some folks worked for a living to be able to, when they become disabled, to be able to get some kind of program. But he cutting that out. But see, y'all don't get it. Y'all don't get it. So when you sitting here praising Mark and all these other folks for all this stuff, you think about it. They'll rather throw you up under the bus than have their family go back to their country.